Welcome back. This is Genesis with Sozo Education and Beauty Supply. And today we are going to be making a tractor. And I am choosing to do the midi mold of the tractor. She does have the large one as well. I'm thinking that, for kids' bath bombs, trying to do more like 2-pack midis versus just like one larger one, just because of the fact that it would be more cost effective and most kids do not need a gigantic one. So I'm kind of do like a John Deere-ish type of thing. So the main part of this, I'm going to do the green, and then I will paint these with yellow in the centers, and then do little details with black and silver for like the window and all that kind of stuff. So I chose to do forest green from Scandalous Soap, and for the batch that I'm using, I ended up using 1 teaspoon full. And then the fragrance, I chose to do blueberry, which has a 0.01 vanilla content in it. So for this, it's gonna be perfect. And then the embed choices, I decided to kind of go along with this color theme. I'm gonna do a blue, yellow, and possibly teal, just depending on like how many I can really fit in here. I have some of these yellow bars that I did. Yeah, so I should be able to fit teal in here. I'm still trying to get rid of some embed powder. So we will do that as far as that will last us. And if I didn't say it before, this is the mold is from Sophistication, and you could get this midi as a single one as well, but I prefer working with any of the doubles that she has, just because it makes working with everything so much quicker when you're trying to make them for sale stuff. Tap on the outsides, and if you do this, they will come out like butter. Freaking butter. Let's do just a little bit on top. Okay. Let me see. I just had the reflection. Oh, yeah. You can see they are so cute. I have more of these that are starting to sell inside of the painted tree. So hopefully I am getting more known for being able to do, good kids stuff, as well as the adult stuff that I have in there. My scrub cubes are doing pretty good as well. So I'm just trying to expand. And she's got a ton of amazing molds to use for stuff like this. So I'm very excited, and I'm loving painting as well. So just like with the other ones, I will show you my finished painting on these also, just to help give you some ideas, because this one's pretty easy, but I know for certain things that inspiration really, really helps. So and no resistance on that one. Perfect. So I'm going to continue on with these guys, and then I will see you back for the paint. Here we are to the final painting stage, and I just want to share, actually let me do it the other way. I just wanted to share with you some of the different painting ideas that I kind of started with. So I did not think that this one right here with just the white looked
finished, and when I looked up pictures online, they all have like black frames around them. So I tried to do that, but I thought the black was just like too harsh. So then I decided to go with this one here that is going to be the final way that I paint them. And that one I did with a forest green. So that'll be the one that I paint with you here today. First off, we are gonna start with a combination. This is winter white and titanium dioxide from Nurture Soap. And I just like mix it up really, really good. Adding more of the 91% alcohol, as needed for this. I definitely think, the white is more one that's like, it separates a lot. So just going to kind of gently graze over the top. And in my, I guess you can kind of see it in there. I just kind of dip down the bottom and gently glide up the top to try to control like how much I'm getting out of here. But very light touches are needed. So that is all for my white. And now I'm going to come in with lemon drop, and this is from Nurture Soap as well. Doing a little bit of a bigger brush for this one. And I kind of use like the bigger portion of this as a guide because I kind of push up against in the inside rim of the tire, and it does really good. So I decided that I liked this brush for that. Something that I did not mention is before I started with this whole thing, I did take my little mister bottle here and spray it down with the 91% isopropyl alcohol. And I do also have two different brushes when it comes to, or not brushes, but two different little things of alcohol off here onto the side that act as your water, if you will. One of them is for my white. The other one is for everything else. Just because literally like it's gonna go crazy. So I decided I have three different, I have Yellow Vibrance, Lemon Drop, and then one other one. And I decided that I really liked the Lemon Drop better out of all the choices that I have. I probably could have added some Yellow Lake to that as well. Maybe like a Yellow 5, I think it is. But basically I decided not to do that. Like, it has a little bit of shimmer. So, but I think all the yellows like kind of tend to look a little bit more gold. So if I did want it to be a little bit more matte, I would just add some of that lake in there. So I started off, or I liked, I guess, to start off with doing just the little ridges here in the tires, because then it's kind of easy to fill everything else in. And if you guys have paid attention to what I've shared before, I really like using my turntable, and I will just put my whole entire tray on here so that way I can just gently go in and like twist it and turn it as I need it. It's kind of crazy. This table has a little bit of like, it's not even, and so if I let it go, like everything starts to kind of turn, especially with the weight of the pan. But I do prefer this method. And choose your brush size per what you want, what works for you. If it's got a thicker belly on it, it's going to hold a little bit more of the alcohol in it. So I've got some new really thin striping brushes, but They're thicker than what I use for nail art, so they do hold a little bit, and I do like the natural bristles on there. So I'm tending to like that one to be used for the outlining of the window. Okay, and then for this part, I'm going to do these little thin lines. I really want to kind of bring my brush to a point and not have very much on it, and just kind of sink it in and go. I tend to try to press on one side of the indentation or the other. So I'm kind of pressing to the right a little bit versus like coming straight up and down, because it helps make them look a little bit straighter with it. I always struggle with the indentation part of the bath bombs. All right, and now we're going to do the forest green. I think I'm going to add a little bit more alcohol to this. You'll definitely notice that like this is more sludgy, I guess, like, I don't know, more painty like. And then I'm just like kind of rolling the brush on the sides of it, and then just gently press down on the top. And basically, like, this is not going to go any thicker than what the brush line that you create. So very gentle, and then come here, and you can tell how much, you know, like by how wide the brush is when you take it out of the liquid, like kind of how much water is on, or alcohol is on there, to try to control like the spread of it. So with that, this little guy is finished and ready for some pictures. I hope this helped to be able to give you like some type of inspiration, and, you know, just test out a few, and I'll still sell them. Like, they're perfectly fine, you know, just not perfect what I would want them to be. But when I take my pictures, I do take the time to like draw arrows to the various different paints that I had used, so I will know the next time like which things I use to make this process faster every time I make a new batch. I hope that helps, and take some time to relax. Bye.